I'm Ken Smith. I'm here with one of my great friends, Dr. Elizabeth Boggs. Welcome to the Florida Lighthouses Show. Dr. Elizabeth Boggs, we are here at St. John's River Lighthouse.
Yes.
Doctor of what?
Doctor of Education.
Okay.
I retired in end of 2023. I worked at Stetson University as the Director of Career and Professional Development. So I help students with internships and kind of finding their career path. But I also taught in the University Honors Program there. Professional development, business writing, things like that.
We're here at St. John's River Lighthouse in
Right.
Mayport, Florida.
Yes.
It's got a razor wire fence around it.
Yes, not accessible to the public at all. So, and it has been that way since the early 1940s when Naval Station Mayport came and developed the naval base over what was originally most of East Mayport, is now Naval Station Mayport.
And that's not the full height of the lighthouse.
It is not. There's about 8 feet of the lighthouse buried underground. The door was bricked over, and that happened when the Navy built the naval runway, which is only about 800 feet from the lighthouse. It's pretty close. But they had to bring in fill to level the ground for the runway, and so they buried the bottom 8 feet of the lighthouse, bricked in the door. The only way to access the lighthouse is from the lowest window and climbing up a ladder and going through that lowest window. So not very easily accessible at all.
So you take a group of citizen activists who also love lighthouses, then you put a fence around the lighthouse that keeps them away from it. Well, what do you get? You get the Mayport Lighthouse Association.
Mayport Lighthouse Association, our mission is to relocate, restore, and return public access to this historic lighthouse that was first lit on August 1st, 1859. It's 167 years old. It's the oldest structure in Mayport. It's the second oldest structure in the greater Jacksonville area. So we want to rescue this, move it over to the waterfront here in Mayport Village. It'll be right along the banks of the St. John's River. Once we get it off the base, then we can restore it and open it up to the public again.
You heard that, right? Move the 84-foot tall lighthouse made of brick and stone off of the Navy base, move it from behind the fence, and move it 0.6 of a mile to a city park on the waterfront. That does not sound easy. Dan Hogan is the president of this group, and I asked him in kind of a fun way, Dan, have you people lost your minds?
At first, it seemed that way. At first, it seemed like the task of doing something to bring the St. John's River Lighthouse back to where the public can have access to it. The boundaries seemed overwhelming. We solidified a relationship with the United States Navy. We solidified a relationship with the city of Jacksonville. And we received grant money to do a study on could we move the Mayport Lighthouse off of the Navy base and put it on city property so that people could once again come and enjoy their lighthouse.
We conducted a 6-month feasibility study, in large part thanks to the Florida Lighthouse Association and the $75,000 grant we got, one of the Gene Oaks preservation grants. We did a 6-month study with architects, engineers. One of the firms involved was ICC Commonwealth. They've moved 6 other U.S. lighthouses, probably the most famous being Cape Hatteras in North Carolina.
The Mayport Lighthouse Association applied for a Gene Oaks grant to pay for that study. This is exactly the kind of project we at the Florida Lighthouse Association like to fund. Proceeds from the Visit Our Lights Florida Specialty License Plate Program were used for the study. And there was good news. The lighthouse can be moved using the latest technology. The Navy is moving towards releasing the lighthouse, and the city of Jacksonville is eager to have the St. John's River Lighthouse as the centerpiece to the development of the riverfront in Mayport.
It looks like our ultimate goal of bringing the St. John's River Lighthouse back into the public arena where people can go with their families and climb to the top and enjoy the view. It looks like we're on the way to possibly making that happen in the near future.
If you'd like more information, if you're not familiar with the St. John's River Lighthouse, please visit our website. It's just mayportlighthouseassociation.org. We're also on Facebook, so please follow us and help raise awareness. A lot of people aren't aware this lighthouse is here, even people who live in Jacksonville, even people who served on this base, because it's kind of tucked away in the corner here. So the more awareness we can raise of the threatened status of this lighthouse, it was added in 2025 to the Florida Trust for Historic Preservation's 11 to Save list, which means it's one of those 11 most endangered sites in the state of Florida. So we got to save it, and so we'll get it over to the riverfront and we can enjoy it again, and just ask for everybody's help with that and support.
Thank you, Elizabeth Boggs, Vice President, and Dan Hogan, President of the Mayport Lighthouse Association, for your diligence in trying to rescue, relocate, and make open to the public this important piece of Florida's maritime history. If you want to know more about that group and their work, maybe even consider joining them, a link to their website is in the comments. If you want to know more about the Visit Our Light Specialty License Plate Program, about the work we at the Florida Lighthouse Association do, or want to join us as a citizen activist, a link to the FLA website is also in the comments. And click the link to subscribe to this channel, and we will keep you up to date on all things having to do with the 30 remaining historic lighthouses that dot Florida's 1,300-mile coastline.